Dear fellow nerds, welcome back to Let's Play Master of Orion 1. In the last video we began to spread our empire, and now we're one turn away from colonizing our first planet, I hope. So let's hit the next turn button and see what happens. Alright, our colony ship has reached Primodius, an ocean class, which is habitable for us. Pop size 55. Oh, the basic size range is from 10 to 100, so 55 is not bad. It's not great either, but it's decent. It'll serve its purpose. So we want to build a new colony and see this beautiful colonization animation. In the year 2302, the Mrrshans form a new colony. Colony name, Primodius. Yeah, that's a nice name. I'll accept. Well, now that we've found our new colony, we can see that the maintenance costs have dropped dramatically from 11 to 1 BC, and we can also scrap our old colony ship model. So we can switch a little bit of production back to industry, because the necessary waste cleanup was calculated on last round's costs, and we still had the colony ship. And now it's time to transfer pop units to our new colony in order to speed up the civilization process and building up the colony. So that can be done here. We will transfer population. Each transport costs 1 BC. And a few words on the growth model. I'll try to spare you with the mathematics, but can't always do that. The growth is calculated on a equally distributed curve, or maybe a Gauss curve. Not sure about that one. Which means it's best. The best growth can be achieved by having planets popularized by the half of the maximum. So we're close to the maximum, to the half of the max here at Fieras, and then we'll have the highest growth. We had a growth of 2 pop units last round. But the decent growth rate starts approximately at 1/3 of max and ends at 2/3 of max. So that's why we will transfer 13 pop units to Primodius, letting us fall back to 34 pop units at Fieras, which is 1/3 plus 1 pop unit. Let's do that. 30 million, right? And now you can see we have a warning message: waste, meaning that production isn't spent on ecology is not high enough to clean up all the waste we produce. That's why the colonists we're transporting to Primodius are no longer producing. They're packing off their stuff and leaving the planet. But we can accept a slight waste output, because the waste is also calculated on last round's circumstances. Okay, and we have another thing to pay attention. By settling this colony, these planets got in range. So after producing a new colony ship, we could colonize both planets without new propulsion techs, which is great because they look habitable. All right. Did we make any? Yeah. Also, this planet also came into range by settling. It's like it's narrow, but brought us 1 parsec nearer, and we will produce another scout for this system. We have to spread our flagging radius every time we found a new colony or discover a new propulsion tech. Intelligence is a power card in the beginning. Okay, so let's produce 1 additional scout, type 1, and let's hit next turn. Okay, we've produced the scout, and our transports are on the way, as you can see, and we will put the rest into industry and check for perfect waste cleanup. Another function I used without explaining. We can click on one slider and mark it red, and that means we cannot adjust that slider anymore. This helps us to allocate if we are using more than 2 sliders, and we will make a good use of this function. We'll use it like crazy in the future. Okay, now I will send additional 3 million pop to Primodius, because I'll keep Fieras at the low barrier of maximal growth, which was 34, and try to bring Primodius up to the low growth barrier as soon as possible. By pop size 55 divided by 3 must be 10, 24, 8, 18, if I haven't miscalculated, 18 or 19. So that's our aim, to bring Primodius into to a pop number of approximately 20, because then the growth really picks up at Primodius as well. Okay, so let's transfer 3 million, and let's check that. Okay, and another thing, I will send the newly produced scout to this planet. It's like a shortcut. This scout will flag this planet and wait here, and if this scout comes close, the scout will travel on, and that will save us time, because it takes us 4 turns to get here, and I guess 3 or 4 turns to get here. Otherwise, the scout would be traveling 7 turns, and time is very valuable in the beginning, especially because the silicoids are in the game and they could settle this planet with ease. Okay, anything else I need to do? No, I think we have arranged everything so far, and we can hit the next turn button. Okay, our first scout has reached Buddhis. This is an Inferno hostile planet, pop size 20, which is quite small. And what does hostile environment mean? Population growth is halved. So this is a small planet and population growth is half, so it's very difficult to develop the full capacity of this planet, and I'm not sure whether we will colonize this planet at all. But we'll try to keep the silicoids from grabbing this planet. And the next scout has reached Escalon. This is a barren hostile planet. Size 50. Well, 50 isn't too bad, but also hostile. And barren is the first planetology tech concerning colony bases. So we may be able to research that tech and colonize Escalon. And it's a good position. It's like a link to other planets. So I usually try to settle a ring of planets around our homeworld to protect our homeworld, and it would be good to have Escalon to add it to our empire. But let's see whether we'll be able to make it. Okay. Anything else? Once again, transferring. We have how much colonists are on their way? 16. 2 here, bringing us to 18. No, that's enough. I expect Primodius to grow next turn, 1 pop unit at least, and then we'll have reached the lower growth barrier I spoke about. So we can hit the next turn button. Let's do it. Oh boy, the Bulrathis. Okay. Space combat, which this is a message at the beginning of a turn in an unexplored system, at least for us, maybe for the Bulrathis as well. And let's have a look at the battle screen. This is the battle screen. No asteroids, no planets, and just a Bulrathi scout and our scout. And yeah, we will pretend to attack in order to force the Bulrathis to retreat. And they have retreated. Okay. And here's the next planet. Wow. Beta City. 75 Ocean. That one looks pretty juicy, if you ask me. We should really try and fight to colonize this system. And we forced the retreat of the Bulrathi scout from Firma, a desert system, 45 max. Also, we are also able to colonize that planet right now. Alright, so maybe I'll change my opinion and leave the scout here in order to guard it from other Bulrathi scouts, and we will produce another scout for this planet, for this system. Alright, as you can see, our first transport has arrived, and now we're almost able to produce 1 industry per turn, and 13, so no natural growth so far, but the natural growth will pick up from the next turn on. The next turn we will also reach this planet. So how far away is Beta City? It's 4 parsecs. So we can't reach it without special equipment. That's a shame. And we won't be able to settle Buddhists, so we have to think about a way to grab Beta City. Okay, I'll scout here, one turn away from sending this scout here and having this scout as guardian of this system, and we will scout this system soon. Maybe Urza, the homeworld of the Bulrathis, but I hope the Bulrathis started here, and so that we have a little buffer between us. Alright, yeah, I think we can hit next turn button. Wow, Gina, that one is almost as fertile as our homeworld, and it's in the right upper corner, so out of reach and in reach for us. Wow. So we will settle that planet. And Winil, another Terran class, 85, also very tempting. And our scout was produced. Let's send it here. And let's put Fiera's back on industry. Problem is 4 parsecs between the guest Bulrathi homeworld on this planet and 6 parsecs away from our homeworld. So we could settle this planet and then grab that one, but we need to develop a propulsion tech before, so quite risky. Okay, this scout will arrive next turn, so we can send this scout to the neutron star. And what to do? I want to wait for any scout results, or should I open up the tech screen? This planet could be. It's 5 parsecs. We shouldn't wait that long. No, we shouldn't wait that long. So what I'm gonna do, I put a few clicks into research, hit equally distribute our spending of 7, and I'll have a look at the propulsion choice, at the planetology choice, and at the construction choice. A few comments. We are Mrrshans, and we are we are bad at researching construction tech. So that's like 20% more expensive for us than the other races. On the other hand, we are excellent at weapons, so that we research all weapon techs at 60% of the normal costs. And so we have a disadvantage right now because we don't start with researching weapon techs. So let's open up the tech field and let's hit next turn in the next video.